For this deck testing video, we are going to try to change Martin's Septim into an Avatar of Akatosh. That's pretty much it. I don't even know if I would call this a deck. This is definitely a meme. This is me jamming as much kind of ridiculous stuff as I can into one list. A lot of ramp, plus Nixox and Ulfric's Uprising, and then 3 mooses, mostly for card draw. I don't even know if we'll survive long enough to play a moose and draw cards, but theoretically if we do, between Ulfric's Uprising and A Night to Remember, we should be able to rifle through our deck to find Martin. Because that's it, right? Like, we also need Martin on the board for this to work. And yeah, anyway, I will put the deck list in the video description on the off chance this works, but we're going to go play 2 games, win or lose. There is a strong chance this might be an 0-2. And this also might be one of those videos where I'm like, hey, I'm trying to do the thing and I totally don't do the thing. But at least you can see my failures and laugh at me along the way. But we're going to try it. We're going to try to transform Mr. Septim. I don't think this is going to work. But sometimes you just got to do silly things, right? I didn't think Unicorn and Gardener was going to work either, but I made that happen at least once. So maybe we'll get lucky and do it again. I mean, we're not running like a ton of removal. Throw this back. Got some card draw. Okay, let's rifle through this deck. Let's do this. I'm going to tempo ring out a Thieves Guild recruit. That's how much I believe that we are going to make this happen.
What have we here?
See, we got some defense now. You know, seeing this card back with like its motion effects and then seeing this one without it really makes me wish that this one had some, because this one would be awesome if it had some effects.
If I fall,
I don't think we attack, because as long as we keep them at 30 or below, then if we do the thing, we win. So, I mean, and our whole goal is we're trying to do the thing, right? Like, we want the Avatar. We're not trying to pretend this is a real deck by any means. All right, so they're gonna be likely invade Guildsworn. And like, we're relatively fine with that, you know? Get the ramp going. The faster we can get to Moose, the better off we'll be. So let's stay loose as we protect the Moose. Activation, of course, not the actual Moose. Alright.
Get away!
So yeah, they're definitely on Invade Guildsworn. Definitely. I mean, between the Mythic, Dawn, Informer, and now that Daedra. Let's go ahead and do this. Scout's Report does theoretically let me dig deeper without using a ring charge this turn. So we'll do that as opposed to this Thieves Guild recruit.
I'll scout ahead.
Alright, we're going to keep one of these for defense. I mean, we do run Necromancer in this list, but... So they do the invade. We're just going to turn around and Moose, because that's what we do. Got a couple of scamps in hand. Well, they played one, okay. So the ramp there is nice, but we want to take advantage of these mooses early and often, if we can help it. Found a Nixox, that's pretty nice. I mean, it'll be more nice post Martin, but... So the hard part is, like, we have to get Martin and then we have to let him, like, stick around for a turn. Because we don't have a good way to give him charge. And we're playing against a deck that's absolutely running hard removal. They're going to be running Crisis and Javelins, like at a minimum. Like, let's just call it. draw more cards while we're at it. Let's hit this gate. We're at 9. I think we save this ring charge, even though I could Scout's Report. This ring charge might be the difference between transforming Martin at some point, so... Hey, remember when I said they are running hard removal? Called it. Alright, that's actually pretty nice as well, but... Let's do this. It's also... I ordered them wrong. Dang it. Sequencing error. You want this down first because this would be a 4-4, which may or may not matter for value trading here. Alright, we gotta start playing some of these other card draw options here soon. So we gotta find Martin.
There is nowhere for you.
Oh, interesting.
Prepare yourself.
I am not shocked by either of those, really. Uprising's kind of nice here.
Scout ahead.
Brahmin buys me time, though. Yeah, I like this.
Drown in the river of battle.
Because if they continue playing over there, Brahmin can trigger off Uprising again. We have multiple Uprisings, and so while I want to save some for a post like multiple Nixox play, using one to re-trigger Brahmin, draw a lot of cards. Because if we play these two and then Uprising next turn, then we really dig. Like, I'd actually overdraw. That actually might be a mistake. I gotta keep that in mind. We're going to have 9 cards in these cycles, so we'll still have 9 cards. This goes down to 8, but then I would be drawing potentially 6. Alright, so Moose is gone. So that drastically reduces the cards drawn. Which, as weird as it sounds, actually might be a benefit. We might not need the Red Brahmin this next turn, though. Night to Remember is kind of nice.
I bark and birth. This is interesting. What have we here?
Let's cycle through some stuff and figure out how we want to tackle this. Let's get rid of this.
They call
Let's make
me
this
the
trade.
Bandit King.
Cards in hand down to 8. I think we just double Barrow Stalker just to make room. Because again, if we Uprising, which we're going to want to do I think soon just to dig deeper, we don't want to be overdrawing if we can help it. So
I greet Oblivion with open arms.
alright. So they're going to get a lot of invades. We actually might just Necromancer to Viper this. And then consider...
Rise, my servant.
Alright, so I have 6 cards in hand. Playing the Uprising takes me down to 5, but then I'm going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4. But I need something to die over here so that this can bring something back. So I'll make this trade here, and then we'll take the Uprising. We want the Nixox. And here we'll take the pet, I guess. It was okay, but we still have not found Martin. Or at least one more Uprising, which is really what we're looking for. Again, the problem is they have hard removal, right? So when we play Martin, like, Martin's just gonna die. Right? Like, we have to know that. Maybe not. Maybe they are going to run out of stuff. Alright, so this gets rid of here. This gets rid of here. Absolutely make this trade. I think that's entirely fine. Let's do this. Let's get some of these distillers down.
Heals and rejuvenates.
Let's also do this.
In my fall, the beast will reclaim me.
Alright. Still no Martin. Good old unique legendary. Making my life hell.
We must protect the wellspring.
Alright. That's pretty good for them.
Perhaps I can help.
Might be a good sign for us, though. If they had hard removal, I think they might have considered using it there. We have so many ways to generate magicka.
Succumb to me.
But still no Martin. Like, if I can top deck Martin here, we're in a great spot. We just have to top deck Martin. Find me Martin.
I'll scout ahead.
Alright, we want all of our Nexoxes, so that's fine. We're gonna, I think, start using some of these A Night to Remembers
I will
on
end you.
card draw. Probably not this turn, but here in the very near future.
I will cut your throat. I will cut your throat.
So let's do this. Gonna need something to die over here just to make room for it. We really need to stop this though, so I think the Necromancer. You know what? Let's actually use one
A few
here.
Rise in a contest.
Grab a
What could be
camel.
better?
That'll help us dig for Martin, right? And then this can go here.
If I fall, the beast will reclaim me.
And I guess we might as well play that there.
Rejuvenates.
Because again, what we're really looking for is Martin. Like,
You think you can defeat me?
as long as they don't have
They
hard
will
removal,
fall before
once we
my
find
blade.
Martin, we will absolutely be able to generate this like crazy. Galen is nice if we find our last Necromancer. Oh, Lord. We might be dead. Like, legitimately, we might just be, dead before that happens. Oh, let's go ahead and do this.
Rise in a contest.
So
What
we
could
need
be
one of
better?
these. Just really wanted to dig further. We get to draw 2 cards, and one of them is a dig. We have a camel, so when this goes off, that'll also let me dig. I think that it's fine to try.
Herbs can heal or
Like,
harm.
how many cards do we have left? 10? Oh yeah, we're
Can
just gonna try. We've got to find Martin by now, right?
Heal or harm.
Oh man, we really want this.
A few drinks, a few laughs, and a contest. What could be better?
Finally. Alright, we just have to hope they don't have the hard removal now. As long as we're not dead and they don't have the hard removal, Martin should change next turn. Three cards. One shot. Please don't concede either, Fugue State. If you don't have the answer, don't concede. I worked very hard for this. We're down to 3 cards left in our deck.
Stay away.
I think we died if they would have just attacked face, for the record.
A new dawn.
If they would have just attacked face and broken my runes, I would have died to fatigue. Hooray! I'm really disappointed this didn't have a better animation. We did it! Video success! Literally, first game on the deck. Like, I built it and I was like, man, I don't know if we're gonna do this, and 2 games, win or lose. I didn't think we were gonna do it. But I did it. So, video success. Even if this next one's a horrible, horrendous loss. We did it. Literally, my first try. And we had to go through almost the entire deck. 3 cards left in the deck. That is some Charmer luck right there. That is the old Charm special. Building a deck around a unique legendary and you have to go all the way to the bottom. But it doesn't matter. We did it. We have proof. And now I'm feeling pretty good. Man, this is actually this has been a good week because I was afraid that Unicorn wouldn't go off either. So between Unicorn and first shot at this, all right. So like this has got to be aggro Halalu, and we're just gonna get trounced here, right? But like I don't care at this point. We did the thing. Very surprised that that animation was as lackluster as it was, though. Man, that spread the joy deep.
I smell the stench of
All
the
right, that's
living.
Kiva. Right? I mean, it was the right time for me to take that risk. I really feel like if they just attacked me, even more so knowing that they had the charger, then I was just dead. I think they had enough to break all of my runes, and then the fatigue would have killed me. Because I was at like 23, and with the charger, they had 20, right? So it would have put me at 3, and then the fatigue would have killed me. I kind of got lucky there. They were worried about this, I think, getting me up to 30.
Time to fight. Attack.
That's unfortunate.
I want to talk business.
Wow.
You've come
Really
to the
unfortunate
right
for me.
place.
Huh. How do I want to combat this? Like, I could just make Brynjolf be the sacrificial lamb. Guess that's what we'll do.
On the stage, brother.
Should at least be a 2-for-1, but I will say this. If I was trying to make a slightly more competitive version and not like full meme do the thing, Debilitate probably belongs in this list.
You've meddled in our business for the last time.
I'd say like maybe 2 of them,
Protect the Night Mother.
but yeah, like our mooses are not going to get nearly the same value this time around.
Waters of life.
So we're going to do this so that we ramp, and then Garnag means we don't get to spend it, but our hand is also pretty awful, so we'll do this anyway.
No one.
I'll whip them into shape. I only need
Wow. Actually, you know, we would have a shot here if I was actually running Debilitate. Guess we do this, and then they play Divine Fervor and we die. But again, it doesn't matter. We did the thing. I told you, if we lose her horrifically, doesn't matter.
Chimera, spirit of the sky,
Hey, look.
guide us.
Called it. Divine Fervor, and then we lose. I mean, they have lethal. We would have to hit
No
Fighters
one
Guild
gets
recruit to
through.
stop it, and then even still we'd probably need multiples, but
They missed their shot.
we're not gonna hit it.
Fight like a child.
Join us.
No, GG. But it doesn't matter. We did the thing. So, the video is a success in my mind. If you wanted to see Septim transform, you got to see it. And that's it. I guess we can hop in here real quick. I'm gonna just share the deck code as is, but I feel like just like if you were trying to stick in debilitate, you probably don't need 3 a night to remember. I would consider making this go down to 1 and then throwing 2 debilitates in. If you want to include debilitate, that's fine. I already had 11 cards that cost 7 or more, so that was part of my consideration. I felt like I didn't want to go too heavy, but you could also cut Odaving in place of a debilitate if you just want something that comes down sooner. But there's a lot of ramp in here, so getting to Odaving isn't as bad as it sounds. But yeah, I would consider maybe cutting 2 of these in favor of 2 debilitates. But anyway, that's it. That's it for this video. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. I'm so happy I got to flip him first game. And until next time, may you walk on warm sands.